Hey up guys, VXWK here, and I'm back on GTA 5 for the first time in about 4 years since I quit halfway through MCEC3. So this is MCEC5 now. Bruffy said he wanted old faces back, and I'm definitely qualified for that now. I thought there'd be a lot more returning old drivers, but it's just me pretty much in GT3, so I'm not expecting much. I'm expecting to finish last, but have a bit of fun, if you know what I mean, you know. Just come back for the nostalgia. Try not to take anyone out, make anyone angry or anything like that. Just have a bit of fun. So I'm starting on pole in this race, and I managed to actually keep that for a few laps. I don't know how. I think I was just driving on pure adrenaline at the start. I was so nervous. That's what it gets like though at the start of an MCEC race, because it means quite a lot. I've been doing about 3:33s in practice, 3-minute 33-second laps, which is 1 or 2 seconds off the pace of the others I've been seeing. So I was expecting, I'll be crashing as well, because I've spent that long and away from the game that crashing's inevitable. I nearly crashed there as well, but managed to just save it. I've got Shady right on my tail as well, who could easily be a GT2 driver. He's very quick. But I somehow managed to keep him behind for quite a few laps. I think it's halfway through the 3rd lap or something when he finally gets me. Managed to keep him behind there. So we look at the leaderboard now. My GT1 teammate Elusive has had a bit of a bad start and is in last, and then my GT2 teammate Icy Hot is in 2nd. And I'm in 1st, but there's a lap 1 incident, so there's a big group. There's 3 people with me in my class, and then there's like a big group that are 5 to 10 seconds behind me. And, DJ Matt's in stone dead last, but you'll see that he makes his way through the field a bit later on in the race. So yeah, this is something that's changed quite a lot since I last drove in the MCEC. All this weaving to get boosts and short shifting. That was something that only the properly top drivers did. Short shifting, brake boosting, trying to get every single little curb boost, but now it seems like you just have to do that to stay in any kind of contention. See, Shady's right behind me, just waiting for me to make a mistake. He's not going to force a move, and it's kind of wise to do that, because I try and turn in a bit too close there. Too close to the apex prop. And that's Shady through, but I managed to hold on to 2nd. Till I make another mistake, and again turning in just a bit too early. A bit of nerves in the first couple of laps, and that's that pack of 3 I was on about that was behind me are through now, and I'm in between that lead pack and the chasing pack. Now I've got a Happy G-Star on my tail. I take this first corner way too slowly this time because I just don't want to hit anything again, which puts him right behind me. I don't really know how good these drivers are, because I've never really raced with a lot of them before, or they were just like coming through the ranks as I was leaving, so I have no idea who's quick and who's not. So a little oversteer moment there has put us side by side, and I'm actually surprised at how good I was at driving side by side with other people in this race, considering I've had so long off the game. That's something that I was expecting to go a bit wrong, but he's got the inside on this S section here, so that puts him through into, I think, 4th place, and I'm in 5th now. Then we've also got a GT1 driver coming up on us now, because we're about 20 minutes into the race, and that GT1 car is a lot quicker than these adders, so you can hear him honking there just to let us know that he's coming through. But kind of gets on the inside of Happy here, which puts him a bit too far wide, so I've got a good run in now, but problem is probably just heard that other honk of the other GT1 car, so I'm stuck in the middle here because I can't go left because that's where the GT1 car's going to go, and I can't go right because that's where Happy is, so I've got no boosts. You can see Happy weaving on the boosts there, the GT1 car doing it on the left, so I'm kind of hung out to dry in the middle. And then, yeah, I don't like this corner. It's coming over like a blind crest over the railway tracks. I realised there that I had enough time to get back on the track in front of the rest of the pack. But now, the guy I was speaking about earlier, DJ Matt, he was stone dead last. He's now on my tail. And Happy Geest has just made a mistake in front of me. So there's 3 of us here, nose to tail. Yeah, Matt going for a bit of an optimistic move there down the inside of both of us, which didn't work out, but luckily it didn't change anything. We're still 1, 2, 3 in our positions. And then on the map now you can see there's a person behind us, and that's another GT1 driver coming through to lap us, so that's kind of a nice thing I like about GT3 is whilst you're racing you've also got other drivers coming through in much faster cars that you're not racing, so it's a bit, you know, it can mix things up a bit. Sometimes it works out for you like it did the last time with Happy. I see that he was kind of braking a bit early there and taking a wide line, so I just took him up the inside for 4th. Now this is Horst in front of me in 3rd place, and at this point I thought that I'd caught them all because they'd made mistakes or something, but I think the reason was that he'd probably made a pit stop, and I hadn't made a pit stop yet, and I think everyone else in the race had. I think I watched Bruffy's video back as Horst just clips the inside prop there, which puts me into 3rd. A lot of people had pitted and I hadn't, which I didn't really realise. I probably should have pitted a lot earlier than this, and then I wouldn't have had the issue that I did, which we'll get onto later. But that's DJ Matt taking me through the inside on the first corner. Nice clean move. Obviously I'm taking that first corner a bit cautiously given my previous incident, but just trying to get, I think I got a couple of short shifts up this little straight, which kept me in contention. And then again, side by side, I was kind of surprised that I was managing to do this without wiping anyone out. And I've kept the inside there for 3rd. And then I undo that by, of course, going off at my favourite corner. And now this is GT2 coming through, so Bruff is on the inside there. And then Brady's behind him, and he just kind of is a bit too aggressive. Sends me wide and doesn't wait, so that was kind of a bit of a fault on his part, but you know, given my mistakes I don't really blame him for you know, the fact that I didn't do better in the race. But so I finally take my first pit stop about, you know, an hour into the race, and you have to leave 15 minutes between each pit stop. And then there's Matt taking me for 3rd, but then a bit later on he's kind of had a tangle with a GT2 driver who was coming through to lap him, so that's put me right back on his tail. So we cut forward a few more corners and we've got another GT2 car behind us. So I think at the end of the race me and Matt said, you know, GG to each other, because we had quite a bit of a ding dong. So I decided to brake earlier because 3 cars aren't going to go into that corner. But Matt went wide, so now we're back side by side again and we have a little ding dong for a few corners. And yeah, if you haven't seen it already, this is my 2nd pit stop. Shit, I missed the pit entrance. And yes, shit, indeed, I did miss the pit entrance, so kind of cut into the pit lane halfway through, turn around back to the start, all the while I'm taking like double the amount of slow down pads that I would have done. So yeah, just a massive balls up. Not only the fact that I missed the pit entrance, also the fact you're not allowed to pit on the last lap, because it could give you an advantage if other drivers overtake you. you know, other drivers that could have overtaken you and cost you a bit of time will have finished the race. But yeah, I think that costed me a lot more time than it gained me. And you see Ryan finishes the race there, so I don't think I would have gained any advantage because none of those drivers that would have lapped, you know, no one would have lapped me. And yeah, that's me coming around to finish the race in 5th, which is a lot better than I expected. I was expecting, you know, maybe to finish last or just above. So next week, the Patriot on Olympic GP, so I'll see you then.